Good morning, everybody. How are you doing this morning? Yes, I'm running late, of course, but I had to restart my damn computer. The stream is brought to you by the full moon. Hey, Christine, how are you doing? The stream is brought to you by the full moon for all your insomnia needs. Wow, you guys are here early at 1 o'clock in the morning? Wow. Good morning. Good morning, JW. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Ingrid. Olga. How you doing? Tease T, Dawn, Emery. I have not seen you in a while. How are you doing? Good to see you. Debbie Webb. Good morning. Oh my gosh. If I missed anybody, I do apologize. So much to cover this morning. It's crazy. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. We'll start off the day by, giving thanks to a whole bunch of men that could make this happen. Just so that this could happen for you ladies. You can thank all the men that created this right here. Day in history, August 18th, the 19th Amendment gives American women the right to vote. Amazing, isn't it? You can thank men for that. It was ratified as Tennessee became the 38th state to approve it. You can thank all the men for that. Good morning, Betsy. Good morning, DK Lucas. Watch the two Lees in a pod sat and they ripped Jeremy a new one, claiming Lynette was a victim. Two Lees in a pod. I don't know who two Lees in a pod, but man, that's ripped Jeremy a new one, huh? Oh, well, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Good morning, Captain. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Did you mean Blue? Give my regards to Short. Good morning. Happy Monday. Yes, it is Monday. And you, like I said, you ladies out there, you can thank the men that opened that up to allow the American women to vote. And 1914, Woodrow Wilson claimed his proclamation of neutrality aimed at keeping the United States out of World War I. Well, that didn't work. Vladimir Nabokov's novel Lolita was published in the United States. It will never be the same. In 1963, James Meredith became the first student to graduate from the University of Mississippi. Oh, it just happens to be that he was black. Oh, okay. Wonderful. I hate that. In 1969, the Woodstock Music and Art Fair in Bethel, New York, wound to a close after 3 nights with a mid-morning set by Jimi Hendrix, which very few people saw. They saw, more people saw that than were there. More people saw it than were actually there. It's weird, isn't it? That you'll hear all these people claim, oh, I got to see Jimi Hendrix in 1969 at the Woodstock Art Fair Festival. Yeah, it didn't happen. No, I mean, he was there. It's just we're not that many people. In 1983, Hurricane Alicia, she slammed into the Texas coast, left 21 deceased and causing more than $1 billion worth of damage. That was in 1983. Just imagine how much that would be now. 2004, Paul Ham won the men's gymnastics. 2005, judge in Wichita, Kansas, sentenced the BTK serial killer Dennis Rader to 10 consecutive life terms, maximum that the law would allow. In 2014, Jay Nixon ordered National Guard of Ferguson, serve of St. Louis. That was, that's where BLM pretty much started right there in 2014. And if you remember, that would have been when Obama was president. Yeah, that was a crazy one. That's what happened in Ferguson, Missouri, 2014. Of course, that's all they want to talk about. That's all they want to talk about. They don't want to talk about what happened in the past, 10 years since then, this day. But lots of stuff. Oh my God. But today on the October 18th, you guys were here hanging out with me. And that's pretty awesome. Now, I covered this story a while back, which is just absolutely one of the craziest things that you've probably heard. This right here. Woman charged in a brazen plot to extort Elvis Presley's family and auction off Graceland. In Washington, so I'm pretty sure the arrest was in New York, but maybe it was in Washington. It was a Missouri woman has been arrested on charges. She orchestrated a brazen scheme to defraud Elvis's family by trying to auction off his Graceland mansion and his property before a judge halted the mysterious foreclosure sale. Yeah, it was supposed to be cried out on the courthouse steps. Could you imagine? Oh my. 2014 BLM. Hard to believe 10 years have passed since the disaster. Yep. Lisa Jean Findley, 53, of Kimberly City, falsely claimed Elvis Presley's daughter borrowed $3.8 million from a bogus private lender and had pledged Graceland as collateral for the loan before her death last year. She then threatened to sell Graceland to the highest bidder if the Presley family didn't pay a $2.85 million settlement. Finally posed as 3 different people allegedly involved with the fake lender, fabricated loan documents, published a fraudulent foreclosure notice in a Memphis newspaper announcing the auction of Graceland, which I had covered this a while back. Prosecutors said a judge stopped the sale after Presley's granddaughter sued. Yeah. Experts were baffled by the attempts to sell off one of the most storied pieces of real estate in the country using names, emails, and documents that were quickly suspected to be phony. Graceland opened a museum in 1982, but this is where it becomes really important. Ms. Findley allegedly took advantage of the very public and tragic occurrences of the Presley family as an opportunity to prey on the name and financial status of the heirs to the Graceland estate, attempting to steal what rightfully belongs to the Presley family for personal gain. The inspector in charge of the U.S. Postal Inspection Service Criminal Investigations Group. Yes, this becomes all different kinds of problems. This is where the feds step in. Because if you do something like this by mail, oh man, there's like mail fraud, wire fraud, and it's time in prison. Like trying to sell the damn Brooklyn Bridge. Oh, by the way, it is for sale. Just so you know, all details are on my website. An attorney for Findley, who used multiple aliases when was not listed in court documents. A voicemail left with a phone number believed to be associated with Findley was not immediately returned, nor was an email sent to an address prosecutors say she had used in the scheme. She's charged with mail fraud and aggravated identity theft. The mail fraud charge carries up to 20 years in prison. She remained in custody after a brief federal court appearance in Missouri, according to court papers. In May, I read about this foreclosure sale, which was a 13-acre estate. Said Promenade Trust, which controls the Graceland Museum, owes $3.8 million after failing to pay a 2018 loan. Presley's granddaughter and an actor inherited the trust and the ownership of Keogh. I never heard of her. Ownership of the home after the death of her mother. An attorney for Keogh did not immediately respond to a message seeking comment on Friday. Keogh filed a lawsuit claiming fraud. The judge halted the auction with an injunction. Noseni Investments and Private Lending, the bogus lender authorities now say Findley created, and Lisa Marie Presley and used Graceland as collateral for the loan, according to the foreclosure legal notice. Keogh's lawsuit alleged that Noseni presented fraudulent documents regarding the loan in September 23 and that Lisa Marie never borrowed money from Noseni. This lady was brazen. The judge in May halted the foreclosure sale, saying Elvis Presley estate could be successful in arguing that the company attempted to auction Graceland was fraudulent. Tennessee's Attorney General office had been investigating the Graceland controversy, then confirmed in June that it handed the probe over to federal authorities. Now that you get the feds involved, it gets crazy. After the scheme fell apart, Findley tried to make it look like the person responsible was a Nigerian identity thief, prosecutor said. An email sent May 25th from to the AP from the same email as the earlier statement said in Spanish that the foreclosure sale attempt was made by a Nigerian fraud ring that targets old and dead people in the U.S. and uses the internet to steal money. Now, because we deal with these kind of things on a regular basis, I have run across at least 4 different fraudulent cases here in the state of Georgia. People trying to get what we call an interpleader. And they'll file the most fraudulent documents saying, oh, someone signed over a quitclaim deed. I have some rights to this. And then whenever you pull up the signature, for example, is a dead giveaway. Something always looks just off about it. It's like they found the person's signature. They scanned it in, and then they tried to superimpose it onto whatever signing document. But there's always giveaways on these kinds of things. We had one that was so brazen one year that they physically took person's driver's license, had all, and this one just happened recently. They took the person's driver's license. They had changed out the address entirely. It wasn't even the same address. Had the guy's picture, but the picture was from something not even to do with his pic. It like got it off the internet or some crap. Used a completely different address, had his signature, claiming to be them, but living in a different state. And I mean, even looking at the picture that they provided for this driver's license, it just didn't look right. I mean, the image of the driver's license, not the image in the driver's license, but the image of the driver's license, it just didn't match up. Had the state seal on it, everything. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. I mean, someone took a lot of effort, maybe because it was almost a $4 million amount that they would have gotten. No, we always had to pay taxes. Wow, 2014 BM, hard to believe. Happy New Day. Good to see you, Lexi. Okay, now you're actually here sitting down with your coffee, making breakfast for your daughter. Oh, that's wonderful. Love that. Love that. Well, there's 2 things I've got to cover that are really sort of related in a way. And it's this right here. Wrongful death suit against Disney serves as a warning to customers when clicking I agree. Wrongful death lawsuit against Walt Disney Parks and Resorts is serving as a reminder to customers of the importance of reading the fine print when signing up for a streaming service or smartphone app. The lawsuit was filed by the family of New York woman who died after eating at a restaurant in Disney Springs, an outdoor dining, shopping, entertainment complex in Florida owned by Disney. Disney is arguing that the lawsuit should be dropped because the plaintiff, the woman's husband, once signed up for a trial subscription to the Disney Plus streaming service. The service, they argued, includes a subscriber agreement in which the consumer agrees to settle any lawsuits against Disney out of court through arbitration. Going, what? Huh? No, that is what the Disney's Plus says. So all of you that have signed up for Disney Plus or any other streaming service, you're screwed. And I'll even take it a step further, which a lot of you probably don't know this either. Those of you that use a Windows machine, Windows operating system, the One service, or what is it that they call it? The backup service that Microsoft has. And basically anything that is run by Microsoft. This includes any sort of music, anything that you've created using Microsoft, any downloads, any uploads, any pictures that you've used, clip art, any of that stuff. Anything that you've used by Microsoft, their new terms of service now state that they have the right to use that and to take it down and to make money off of it. Even if you're a third-party vendor that if say, for example, you take some clip art, you load it up, something that you got from Microsoft, you used the little screenshot app for Microsoft, they own the rights to that picture now. Read their terms of service. I did. It's probably about 20 pages. And by using Microsoft products, you automatically agreed to it. Serious. That's what Microsoft's terms of service are now. No, because you agreed to it. They said that what they have said in their terms of service, you agree to it by using the service. Doesn't matter if you read it or not, just by using the service, you agreed to it. If you don't agree to it, then you have to stop using Microsoft, every single bit of it. Because the amount that they own, let me see if I can find that email, because I was just like, what the hell is this crap? I received the email from Microsoft that they were upgrading their terms of service, and I was like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. This is stupid. Freaking thing. Find it. Here somewhere. See if I can find it. See. Let's see. Is it here? Here. Oh, that's New York Times. And where was it? Grab all these right here and delete those. I get so much junk email every day. I get probably about 200 pages of junk email every day. Nope. We go to other email. I saw this and I was like, this has to be a joke, but it is not a joke. Ah, yeah. Here we go. Your service agreement made clear. You're receiving this email because we're updating the Microsoft Services Agreement, which applies to one or more Microsoft products or services you use. We're making these updates to clarify our terms and ensure they remain transparent for you, as well as to cover new Microsoft products, services, and features. It says, if you do not agree, you can choose to discontinue using the products and services and close your Microsoft account before these terms become effective. If you are a parent or guardian, you're responsible for your child or teenager's use of Microsoft products and services, including purchases. Their agreement is right here. Brand new. Oh, present, share screen. Services agreement. Good morning, Volstorm. Comrade, Chicago is upon us. Oh yeah, coming along. So here it is where they go down through here. Your content. Many of our services allow you to create, store, and share your content, receive material for others. We don't claim ownership of your content. Your content remains yours and you are responsible for it. But that doesn't mean that they can't change what they're doing with it. Understand that they may be able to, on a worldwide basis, use, save, record, reproduce, broadcast, transmit, share, and display your content for the purpose that you made your content available on the service without compensating you. It says, oh no, it's yours, but Microsoft can use every single bit of it. That means that you don't really own your stuff. It goes right here. Your content. Many of our services allow you to create, store, share your content, or receive material from others. They don't claim ownership, but they can use it to make money without paying you. If you do not want others to have ability, do not use the services to share your content. Now, what exactly is their content? Oh yeah. Also it says you'd have to close your account. The account used kids and accounts by using, you agree that kids are able to use whatever the hell they want to. There is the code of conduct means that they can shut down your service by doing anything illegal, exploits or harms or threatens to harm children, don't send spam or engage in phishing, publicly display or use services to generate or share inappropriate content. Don't engage in activity that is fraudulent. Don't circumvent any restrictions on access to usage, availability, or services, or basically allow anybody to do anything that you're not supposed to. Don't circumvent any restrictions. Don't violate or infringe upon the rights of others. Don't engage in activity that violates the privacy of others. Don't break these rules. Don't help others break these rules. So anything that you do that they don't approve of, they can do. Moderation and enforcement. Enforcement, we reserve the right to deny content if it exceeds limits on storage or file size on the service. But I'm sitting there going, okay, so what are the service? You can't use any third-party apps or software. You can't change any of the updates or any of that stuff. Software license. Payment terms. Charges, your billing account. They can bill you for the stuff that they take from you. Trial periods, promotional offers, price changes. And I kept going down. I'm like, okay, so what are these things? Xbox Store, which is your Microsoft Store, which contains the App Store. Anything that's on the App Store, they own. Microsoft Family Features. Anything for family features. Group messaging. So they're able to take your group messages that you might be having with conversations with people. If you use Skype, Microsoft Teams, and GroupMe, every single one of those that they can use. Bing and MSN, every single bit of those. Cortana that you have, if you use Cortana, then they can basically use everything that you have that's enabled with Cortana. Microsoft 365 apps and services, that includes Word or any of those other kind of things. They have rights to that. Health bots, so they know everything about your health. Digital goods, every single bit of your digital goods. Microsoft Storage, which is OneDrive. That's what I was trying to remember. Anything that you stored on OneDrive, they now own. They can actually use every single bit of it. Microsoft Cashback, they don't have any right to give you any money on Microsoft Cashback. Microsoft Rewards, they own that. Azure, Microsoft Soundscape, Power Platform, Dynamics 360, Copilot, AI Experiences, AI Services, Finding Arbitration in Class Warfare. Yeah, that's what this is. Microsoft Attention, Arbitration, One Microsoft, Redmond Way, Washington, Virginia, Washington, Small Claims Court Option. So you have to go through arbitration procedure. And basically, if you don't like any of this, miscellaneous goes through every other bit of crap that they could possibly own. Copyright and trademark notices, these services are Microsoft, owned by Microsoft and only by Microsoft. They say, well, you still retain ownership of it, but they can use it as much as they want to. And if they can use it, that means that they can use you. You become their biggest customer and their biggest supplier of content. I almost don't like that there's a duopoly and you don't have much of a choice and they can write whatever they want. Yes. Yeah. Well, and if you think it stops there, I think I was talking with Kaiser and he told me about this. Adobe has done the same thing. So if you're using any sort of Adobe product, anything that you create in Adobe, Photoshop, anything, they own. You don't own that either. Well, they say that you still own it, but they can use it and don't have to compensate you for it. It's beautiful. So, I use Adobe all the time for doing video editing, but also I use Adobe for work and that kind of stuff right there. For work, using Adobe, and they're saying they own the rights to that, which means they can delete it anytime that they want to. You know that kind of position that puts courts in? Because courts require that you have things uploaded in PDF format. Yeah, everything gets uploaded in PDF format, which means they own the rights to it and they can shut those down at any time they want to. You know what this can do to a court system? Imagine this. If Adobe came in and said, we don't like the information that they put out about Donald Trump, and we're shutting down all of the Adobe PDF documents that have been uploaded into the court system, and you signed the paperwork, you agreed to it, you agreed to the terms of service, we own the rights to this, they could shut down the entire court case on Trump. They could shut down the entire Odyssey platform that uses PDF, because everything has to be uploaded in PDF. And then on top of that, they could shut down Peach Court. They could lock up the entire court system because they have these rights to do that, because you agreed to it just by using their service. Just by using their service, you're the one that gets screwed. That's why whenever I saw this, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous that Disney is able to get away with this. And what is Disney going to do? They're going to fight this in court for wrongful death, and it's like a double kick in the nuts. Not only is this woman dead, but Disney says you're going to have to go through arbitration, which means we can keep that going for eternity. We can run you down with legal fees to where it just becomes not even worth suing. Comes not even worth suing. If you're wondering, I do have some images from Chicago. This is what it's going to look like in Chicago afterwards. The trash in Mali's capital is piling up. Donkey carts are coming to help. When handling the garbage of a city of over 3 million people and equipped with little more than a face mask and gloves, it helps to have a sense of humor. Oh, so this is some Mali are concerned about the donkeys they use. Advocacy groups allege that some of the animals are overburdened, work long days, and have little protection from walking on broken glass around dump sites. They do have hooves, but you can get that stuff out of there. But conditions are tough around Ideally. Yeah. So they've got these donkey carts pulling off dump stuff out of the dumps. That's pretty nasty. That's what it's going to look like in Chicago. But don't worry, because monkeypox is a global health emergency. It will trigger another pandemic. Of course, we knew this was going to happen. The World Health Organization declared the ongoing outbreaks of monkeypox, and I refuse to call it mpox. I don't care what you say. If you find it insulting, then stop naming this after damn monkeys. That's where it came from. Get monkeypox because you're disgusting fucking humans. You're poking it in the pooper, you're going to end up with this kind of thing happening. And then you're spreading it to women that are unsuspecting of it. And those women are in turn probably spreading it to their children, not knowing that you had it. You disgusting fucking perverts. If you want to stop an emergency like this, stop having gay sex. There you go. Pretty simple. Pretty damn simple. Come on, people, stick to sheep. So bad. Oh, great. Requiring urgent action to curb the virus's transmission. So what is it that you can do to stop this transmission? Stop having gay sex. That's how to curb it. Stop having gay sex. I mean, that's how it's being spread. Or tinfoil hat doesn't come from monkeys. Well, it used to. We need to bring back smallpox so everyone can experience real pandemic. Well, and that's the problem, Brandon. This is a form of smallpox. Like their vaccination is the same vaccination that they use for smallpox. Yeah. It was dropped as a child, so maybe it's a bad idea. No. You were dropped. Oh, so was my wife. My wife was dropped as a child too. Actually, as an infant, she's got a scar on her face from it still, like a little indentation on her face where she was dropped. I don't know. It seemed to help her out. I don't know. No problem, Stoy. No problem, Ballstorm. Grazie for the summary. So Sweden has since announced it had its first case of a new form of monkeypox, previously only seen in Africa in a traveler. Okay. So it doesn't mean that it was a Swede that had it. It means that it was a traveler. While other European health authorities warned about, more importantly, cases were likely. Here's a look at monkeypox and how it's likely to spread further. Can we call this BS? Can we call Masses wrote that? Moses wrote that. Stop having gay sex, and these writings of Moses are in super. That's right, Dana. How you doing? Good to see you over on the Rumble side. Oh my God. It seems highly unlikely that this is going to create a pandemic. Including the most recent ones of swine flu. Oh, you remember how swine flu worked out? That was during Obama's administration. That one failed really miserably. And the coup, which happened during Trump's administration, sparked by airborne viruses that spread quickly, including by people who may not be showing symptoms. Okay. Monkeypox, also known as monkeypox, is spread primarily through close skin-to-skin contact with infected people or their soiled clothes or bed sheets. Close skin-to-skin contact with infected people. Okay. Now, just so you guys remember, if you're too old to remember this, or too young to remember this, and too old to care, would be one of both. Back during the AIDS crisis pandemic, they had the same kind of scare. That scare was saying you can get AIDS off of toilet seats. You could get AIDS from being infected. You had to wear a mask. Okay. And in case you guys failed to remember, how was AIDS spread? Initially, how was AIDS spread? AIDS was spread through gay sex. That's how it was spread initially. And then it started infecting the blood. Once it started infecting the blood, then blood transfusions. Now they have to actually check blood for HIV. HIV is the main cause of AIDS. Yeah. To stay safe, experts say advise avoiding close physical contact with someone who has lesions. In other words, don't have gay sex. If it looks a little fishy down there, then don't go climbing up on it. Don't share clothing, or utensils, clothing, or bed sheets, and maintain good good hygiene like regular hand washing. Didn't they say that that's what would stop the coof also, is wash your hands for like 10 seconds or something like that? And then it was 6 feet, which has been proven to be wrong and has nothing to do with it. How different is Mpox from COVID-19? No, it's monkeypox. And how is it different from COVID-19? Well, because monkeypox is a pox, the other one is a virus. Yeah, if you want free HIV testing, go donate some blood. Exactly. Your uncle's wife claims she contacted STD through a public toilet. Yeah. Ballstorm, what's up, Zach? Yeah. Monkeypox spreads very slowly, unlike COVID. Shortly after COVID was identified in China. Oh, now you're saying it comes from China. The number of cases jumped from several hundred to several thousand in a single week. In January, the case count increased more than tenfold. But it's amazing how the flu went up, but The flu went down. The amount of cases in flu went down while the COVID increased. Isn't that weird? Both are raised by a virus. One was airborne transmission. The other one is through gay sex. I know. By March of 2020, when the World Health Organization described it as a pandemic, there were more than 126,000 and 4,600 deaths. Now, you notice that they leave out here what the deaths were caused by. 4,600 deaths. I mean, it could have been that they had something else, an underlying condition, but they just happened to die with COVID, not from COVID. About 3 months after the COVID was first identified. In contrast, it has taken since 2022 for the gay sex monkeypox cases to hit nearly 100,000 infection globally. And 96% of those are in the Congo. There are vaccines and treatments available for monkeypox, which there still is not one for the COVID. Because a vaccine stops it. See, you don't get, whenever you get a vaccine, that means that you don't get the virus. You don't get the disease. So for those of you that are having gay sex or plan on being around somebody that's having gay sex, like share clothes with them, go get the vaccine. Doesn't mean that you're not going to get it, because as we found out with COVID, that doesn't stop the spread at all. And, you can go after me for misinformation, but that comes from the World Health Organization and from the Emory, what do you call those people? Infectious diseases. Yeah, that comes straight from them. The vaccine will not stop the coof. You can't develop a vaccine for COVID. It ain't happening. Yeah, that's just like creating a vaccine for the flu. It doesn't exist. So all you fine folks out there, if you're not in the Congo, then you might have very few problems with the monkeypox. How quickly will these monkeypox outbreaks stop? As soon as they stop having gay sex, that will stop. It's unclear, because the 70 countries slowed within months, thanks largely to not having gay sex. You're looking at some dude and you're going, dude, you've got like lesions all over your junk. You ain't sticking that in me. You're safe. No, you're not safe, because the thing is like with any sort of sexually transmitted disease, you're going to find men and women that swing both ways. And whenever they do, there's a possibility that they go and get a little bit of some action on the side. They don't check, and next thing you know, it's being spread, or in the possibility, and this has happened before, in the possibility of a graping, that the woman is graped, that's a possibility that she could contract it that way also. Maybe she did get it from a toilet toy while having sex. That's always a possibility. Despite the World Health Organization is being a global emergency in 2022, Africa got barely any vaccine or treatments. Go figure. We're actually in a good place to get control of this pandemic, but we have to make the decision to prioritize Africa. I'm thinking, nuclear warheads, fire and brimstone. I don't know, things like that. Sorry, I still had to bring it up. It just, it's one of those things that they want to talk about. So, if they're going to talk about having gay sex, well, then let's have a talk about it. I mean, I don't want to see images of it, but just saying. Holy crap. Oh boy. Yeah. So I'm not even going to talk about I want to show this, but it is so disturbing to me that we have this right here that comes even in the news. Israeli strikes along Gaza killed 29 people, including some children. Uh-huh. Well, Blinken, he arrived in Israel to try to seal a ceasefire deal that could help ease soaring regional tensions. No. Blinken, you have to have a strong president to be able to seal that deal. Just going there is not going to do anything. Benjamin Netanyahu already told him what was going to happen. He's made it very clear. He's made it very clear to the president, made it very clear to the vice president, which apparently she's not listening because she's doubling down on her hatred towards both sides. Yeah, we'll show a little bit more of that later. And they've also said something to Trump about this. Netanyahu came and spoke to Congress. He spoke for almost an hour and a half, I think is what it was. And we covered that one morning of she refused to be there in with Congress. Why? Well, she had to get someone to write her information. And that brings me to my next story. Harris and Trump offer worlds apart contrasts on top issues in presidential race. But she's not offered anything or even given a press release. So how can they begin to say, that she has said anything about where she stands? Well, let's hear the bullshit that the AP is throwing out there. Let's see. What are her, despite her lack of any specifics on policy, the vice president is committed generally. So she has got no specifics on any policy whatsoever. So let's see what she's got. Codify federal right to an abortion. Oh, so now she wants government to tell women what you can do with your bodies. Good morning, Mayor Dan. Good to see you. How are you doing? So she wants to codify the right to legally kill children. She wants to make that a federal right. So she's going to tell women what you could do with your bodies. Increasing the federal minimum wage. Again, that's not a good thing. She's going to impose Second Amendment ban on any sort of weapon, firearm. Okay. Require universal background checks. Okay. For any purchases, and it's been long stalled voting rights measures. Voting rights measures. She's going to move on those. While details are rather vague, in other words, she has no way of doing it except don't vote for Trump. Trump is bad. Trump is bad. That's why you're not voting for Trump. Good morning, Mayor Dan. Hey, Mayor Dan, howdy. See, everyone shows the love to Mayor Dan because he shows up and just makes it wonderful. On nearly every issue, the choices if the winner gets his or her way are sharply defined. So she has no definition. So they're saying what worlds apart on top issues, but the ad initially was the top 10 differences. So what is the differences? Here are what they stand on the top 10 issues. Well, I will say I don't know about you, but for me, this issue right here, this doesn't even hit in the top 100 of issues. For me personally, doesn't even hit in the top 100. Why does it not hit in the top 100? Well, one, I'm never going to have to worry about that. It might be the XY chromosome. I don't know. So it really doesn't affect me. I mean, it doesn't affect any of my family. I mean, it could in 30 years if the mama has any way to say about it, it might affect that way. But this doesn't even hit. It's states' rights have the ability to handle this how they wish to. Oh, thank you, Twy. I really appreciate you. Thanks for the love for the shizzy fun. I love it. I don't know. So this right there is not a top one. And basically, she's anything that Harris is talking about this, she wants to make it where the federal government can tell women what to do with their bodies. This one here, basically Trump is saying, yeah, we removed a really bad really bad ruling from the Superior Court, and we want the states to have it. If you want to change this rule, it has to be legislated on, and a president is not a legislature. President can sign it, but the legislature has to bring it. That means that they have to get it all the way through. So, like I said, this is pretty much even not a non-issue. It's already been handled. Climate energy, another thing that I have very that don't match up. Climate and energy don't match up. If you want to talk about them separately, then you can do that, but they're totally different things. Because as much as you want to talk about the climate and energy problems, you've got climate, which is the changing of weather, has nothing to do with energy. Two different things. Except the sun comes up, sun goes down, solar panels work during the day, they don't work at night. Amazing how that works. Two different things, don't have much to do with each other. And the reason that Trump wants to drill, and that has to do with our economy, which I would think that should be a top priority, is economy above all else. Because once you can get your economy under control, you can, all the rest of it falls in line. You get your economy under control, your energy issues start going away, because you're going to have to use energy to get product from point A to point B, which can decrease inflation. Like I said, make the economy your top priority, and the rest of it will fall in line. Now, what does Camel Toe want to do? Well, we don't know. She wants to give incentive for electrical cars, which run off of coal, which does not help your energy whatsoever, because the grids can't handle it. And of course, Biden has a goal of to cutting greenhouse emissions in half by 2030. I know how you can do this. To get rid of those emissions, you just have to do it in one big blast, which they're working their way towards. Now, these are two things that don't exist. Democracy and rule of law are two different things. Democracy and rule of law are two different things because, as I've said multiple times, democracy is mob rule. Rule of law means you go by the rule of law. That is why we are a republic. Not just a republic, constitutional republic, because that's what is the rule of law. Harris has decried Trump. Well, see, as he should be. He should be completely against democracy. And I think he should stick to this point of saying we are still a constitutional republic. We are a constitutional republic. And it's aggravating that he doesn't have to. Doctors have the right when a patient enters a facility or offer care. Yes. But doctors choose life. If a woman doesn't want the body, the doctor has the right to save. Doctor is the pilot. Well, sort of in a way. Oh yeah, they all despise communism. Yeah. He was propagated not to be under commune rule. Yeah. Here we go. So, of course, this is Trump. Okay, this has nothing to do with any of it. And they've been using democracy to attack and call it rule of law. Now, apparently this didn't happen because that's a lie. So automatically, whenever AP talks about this, they're lying about every single bit of this. About every single bit of this, they're lying. AP, you're doing it. Federal government. Like Biden, Harris has campaigned hard against Project 2025. Trump has never had to try to distance himself from it because he's never had anything to do with Project 2025. Federal government, this has nothing to do with the federal government. Project 2025 is a bunch of garbage that nobody endorses, and AP is still trying to push this Project 2025 and claim that this is what Trump wants to do. The policies may be close, but he said it's wacky. After hearing about it, he's like, I have no idea what this is, and I don't have anything to do with it. So again, federal government, that's not what people are concerned with the federal government. Project 2025 has nothing to do with the federal government. It has something to do with the Heritage Foundation writing this paper that's over 900 freaking pages and ridiculous and completely the ability of enacting that would be a stretch. Immigration. Now, that would be my number 2 instead of number 1. Immigration is an issue right here. Harris attempted to defuse a GOP line of attack. It's an American line of attack. You're allowing illegals into the country on a scale that has never been seen. On Gaza and Israel, Moses wrote, "The revenge is not a human right, Sarah. And stopping revenge, stop feeding the beast." I know what you're talking about. I really don't. Data didn't even get rid of. Didn't they just even get rid of Project 2025? I don't know what that is. Some kind of think tank paper? Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Who funds the Heritage Foundation? Private investors. Private investors fund it. It is funded by conservative groups, but that doesn't mean that the conservative groups find everything about 2025 to be appropriate. And you also have to look at the people that wrote that. It is written like an essay in a science magazine. It is unbelievably long and boring. 900 pages of gobbledygook. That's really what it is. 900 pages of a wish list that a bunch of doctors want to have. Serious. It's written by a bunch of doctors. So if you like reading doctor stuff, seriously? Yeah, it's funded by conservatives. Heritage Foundation is funded by conservatives. Yeah. Yes, Heritage Foundation destroyed all their credibility with Project 2025 used to be respected. And that's more than likely why they dropped down like that. So the former president promises to mount the largest domestic deportation in U.S. history. Yes. I see nothing wrong with that. That, to me, sounds like a good idea. Removing illegals from this country so that way they don't have anchor babies. Sounds like a good plan to me. The fortunate part about this is most of the illegals that have been coming into the country are in their 20s and 30s of fighting age. That's a majority of the illegals that have been coming in. So it's pretty simple. And it works really quick. You gather up the illegal immigration people that are here illegally, that are sitting in hotel rooms in Chicago. They're sitting in hotel rooms in New York and all of those sanctuary cities. All you have to do is pack them into a plane, roll them out, send them home. That's it. Deportation will not happen. Lawfare. Lawfare. I don't know what lawfare is, but no, it can and will happen. President controls immigration. And if people refuse to do it, they get fired. Israel, Gaza. Harris says Israel has the right to defend itself, and she's repeatedly decried Hamas. That's not true. That's absolutely not true. She has not done this whatsoever. She has backed Palestine numerous times up until it became politically, she couldn't do it politically. And then once she couldn't do it politically, then she changed her story to supporting Israel. But she's never, ever, ever, ever said that she supports them to have the right to defend themselves. She has never done that. Now, the president, former president, has expressed support for Israel's efforts to protect himself. He also has been critical of Israel's tactics, saying the country must finish the job quickly and get back to peace. Yeah. Gay issues. During her rallies, Harris accuses Trump and his party of seeking to roll back a long list of freedoms. Wait a second. Freedoms? Tell me what right that someone that is straight has over someone that's gay. What right does someone have over someone that's gay? I can't think of a single one. So this has nothing to do with anything the rest of the world cares about. There's a small percentage of people in the United States that happen to be very loud that might care. But overall, nobody really cares. NATO, Ukraine. Again, we know exactly what our former president thinks about this. Says this wouldn't have happened. That they need to come with a peace deal. Really, he forgot to say it. Rawhide. Roll them up, move them out. Rawhide. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Good to see you. And you can fix that toy before they open their mouths. That's making all things possible. Stop marrying people, those people. Sure, they're fun at first, but the consequences are dire. That's too late for me. I married one. NATO, Ukraine. So if you want to know what the Democrats believe about Ukraine as a party, war, and a lot of Republicans, war. That's what they want, war. Constant war. Because it makes money. Makes a lot of money. It keeps people from not focusing on things like the economy going to the shitter, illegal immigration going rampant. Yeah, it takes away from that. Takes away from not having enough money to feed your children. Takes away from all of that. Because, you don't really need children. You just go and have them deleted. Problem solved, I guess, if that's what you want to do. The aid that's being sent to Ukraine is, and whenever they say a total of $61 billion in weapons, ammunition, and other assistance, now try doubling that. It's over $120 billion that has been sent to Ukraine, and a lot of that has been funneled back into the U.S. Tariffs and trade. Oh my God. You're going to hear all about this crap in the coming weeks because their economists are saying that putting a tariff on goods that are coming to the United States is a bad thing. No. You put tariffs on trade and they say, well, it's going to cost the American taxpayers money. No, because if there's a tariff on it and they raise the prices on it, they would be forced to raise the price on it. That money ends up going back to the United States, and then they can lower your taxes because they're taking tariffs out on everybody else. That's a lot of money coming in. If the consumer ends up having to pay extra money for it, they will stop buying that product. And they'll start buying things that are made in good old United States of America, or not own the damn thing. And what would they like to do? Oh, Biden just wants to make it free trade for everybody. There was a reason why when Trump was in, he got rid of the North American Free Trade Agreement, or NAFTA. Yeah, people forget how well that helped our economy as soon as we got rid of that. Did I hear international finance? I don't know anything about international finance. Although we did read about you last night, Brandon. You'll have to go back and hear it. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. How bad you got. How bad you got. Elmo got deleted. Now we has USMCA. Yeah. Taxes. Well, what are they going to do? The same thing they will do every single time. They're going to raise your taxes. You're going to have to pay more. So right here, Trump promised to extend the 2017 tax cuts that he signed into law, which would offer $5,000 tax credit for those with newborn children, cut taxes on frontline workers, and healthcare plans offered on the marketplace. Oh, wait. It's the same thing. Because if you look at what he is wanting to do, it's exactly the same thing. They're just changing the wording. So AP, again, suck my nuts, because you're completely inappropriately giving credit to Kamala Harris, Camel Toe Harris, whatever you want to call her. Camel Toeism. You're totally giving this to her. You're giving these kinds of things credit to her that she has only since changed while she's been on the campaign trail, seeing how badly she's being beat by Trump. Now Harris speaks to reporters as she campaigns in Pennsylvania.
Economic policies last week.
Yeah.
Can you explain how you're going to pay for those? And can you give us a sense of what other policies you want to unveil going forward?
Sure. Well,
Yeah, for the past 3.5 years, your people have done nothing.
I mean, you just look at it in terms of what we are talking about, for example, around children and the child tax credit and extending the EITC.
Which is the same thing that Trump was talking about. NAFTA was easier to work with. USMCA requires proof of origin and such paperwork. Poor Elmo, he'll never be the same again. Aha, what did I do? Oh, you tried to rob a pharmacy. that's what you did. Tried to rob a pharmacy. You got shot down by a guy wearing a ginger shirt. Wearing a cowboy hat and a ginger shirt. Looked a lot like Legal Vices. Good to see you, Belvy. How you doing? You have a PT appointment quick. Stop, show some love. Oh, thank you, Belvy. I appreciate you. Heard Trump on the background. Blah, blah, blah. Heard Trump on the background. That's awesome. Oh.
It's at $6,000 for the first year of a child's life.
Oh, we just increased it. You know, we changed the amount of it after you guys took it away. You guys got rid of it. The
return on that investment in terms of what that will do and what it will pay for will be tremendous. We've seen it when we did it in the first year of our administration. We reduced child poverty by over 50%.
Children are not in poverty. Children don't have an income. Children have no income and no output except for food and diarrhea. Just like comes in, goes out. That's their input. That's their output. They're a waste of money. Is what they end up being. A waste of money. You keep feeding them, and they just keep wasting it. I'm kidding. No, children are a waste of money. Children are wonderful, but for the first years of their life, they are a big suck on the system.
So that's a lot of the work. And then what we're doing.
Remember, it was a Democrat who locked up hurricane relief supplies in a warehouse and blamed Trump for their misery. Yes, they are psychotic. Mm-hmm.
In terms of the tax credits, we know that there's a great return on that investment. When we increased home ownership in America, what that means in terms of increasing the tax base, not to mention property tax base, what that does to fund schools. Again,
No. I did a search yesterday, and this was just on homes under $100,000. Now we're just talking about just on homes. A simple Zillow search will do this for you. Just on homes under $100,000, there were over 6,900 some odd homes available, and that was from the $50,000 range to the $100,000 range. I mean, granted, a lot of them were in Chicago and probably really crappy neighborhoods and probably needed a lot of work done to them, but some sweat equity, a couple $100,000 in sweat equity, and you can probably have a pretty nice little decent home to live in. Okay. And so if you're looking at that right there, you've got like, what is it? Over $6 million worth of funds that could be spent over a period of time. And you could personally purchase a home under $100,000. It's amazing to me that they want to build new homes whenever all you have to do is just fix up the old one. But why are we building houses elsewhere? Yeah, talking points, check. Keywords, check. Make 0 sense, check. No, it's not. Yes, there are homes on it. Do a search for homes. Just put in United States. Some of them show up in Canada, and then put in your price range. Make sure it's just checked off only as homes. And there's like 69,000 or 6,900 homes between 50,000 and 100,000. No joke. Now, some of it might be land, but very few pieces of those are going to be, because I specifically put land. How many cities are empty? I.e. Detroit. We're not talking about cities. We're talking about homes. And that doesn't include apartments. That doesn't include condos, townhomes, or anything else. We're just talking about houses on land. How safe are these areas? As safe as you want them to be. You know, there is a thing called the Second Amendment here in the United States. I guarantee you they're going to be a hell of a lot safer than living in a homeless camp. Rebuild the houses in Detroit. Yeah, there's tons of stuff that can be done. But instead they want to build new homes and funded by the taxpayers. We've already run into this problem once before. My problem right now is I need some more coffee. Let me grab some more coffee and I can get rid of the frog in my throat just now. Let me get some more coffee. I'm going to give you guys a coffee break song. I'll be right back because, we got some more for you today. Oh, it's going to get rough. So hold on for just less than 2 minutes. Less than 3 minutes. There we go. See you in 2 and 2.
Sandy shores, get a tan, Rambo the orangutan. Driving a golf cart, old man Rambo is half crazy, yes he can. Well, that SOB's a sight to F and see. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Oh, Rambo's rolling, as the sun he's free at last. While Shizzy has his coffee, these two are having an effing blast. Shizzy on the dunes, coffee in hand. Rambo is a loon, and Shizzy is, well, that is too dirty to say here. crazy on the dune.
Oh yeah, now we're back. Woof. That's much better. Oh my god. Your home comes with a free box of ammo. It should. And where you now need a security fence with razor wire to be safe in your home. It's about true. That is about true. It's crazy. There are houses in Pittsburgh that are in that price range. Not the best neighborhood, need work, but you can get them really cheap. But see, you have to remember, this is the thing, Betsy. The people that are wanting houses like this already live in those neighborhoods. Let me give you an example. Near where I live, there's a UPS store. And it is not uncommon because I go up there to pick up, mail for the office. And I show up and there's guys that are driving brand new Maseratis, Range Rovers, Porsches, Hellcats. I've seen a couple of Lamborghinis. Mainly Maseratis, though. I see a lot of those. And they live in an apartment. It means they pay rent. They've got a $200,000 car, $300,000 in some cases, and they're paying rent on an apartment. Because it's all about having the right bling. It's not about having anything but the right bling. You gotta show you gotta show the bling. I did hear something that the news probably isn't going to talk about too much. And this is part of the campaign theme from the Harris group is called Strength Through Joy. You guys probably have been seeing quite a bit of this. And somebody pulled this up and they said, I thought something sounded familiar. And Strength Through Joy was an organization set up by the Yazidis to promote employees' rights in the workplace. It was designed to appease workers as the trade unions had been banned in Germany, but was still an organization that was controlled by the Yazidis. It was set up as a division of the German Labor Front. Strength Through Joy. Imagine that. I've got to show this because it was the funniest thing I saw. And some of you will get it right away and some of you won't. NRA, this organization does not sell arms. And Parenthood, one does. Some of you will get that. Some of you will get that. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh, we've got a really good one. You guys have to stick around towards the end of this show. I've got an 18-minute video that I'm going to show you guys that is going to blow you away. So this was the morning of November the 6th. You guys got it. Here we go.
Biden had high hopes late in the game of flipping in this election, but we shall see. Is Georgia, and that state's Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger is with us now. Mr. Secretary, good morning on a busy morning. I guess the big question is, Hoda?
Yeah, we want to know, when are we going to get your votes? When are we going to find out who's won your state?
Well, we have about 2% left to go. We had great success yesterday. We had 4.7 million voters that voted. Record breaker for us, beats the 4.1 in 2016. We also had average wait time of only 2 minutes, statewide average. We have about 2% left to go. And you can see where we are right now with the results that have been reported. I don't think it'll change any of the outcomes, but that's what really people that make those predictions do. What we'll do is get...
Well, that was interesting, though. We were just getting to the good part there because the Secretary of State said they got 2% left to count, Chuck. but he did not think it would change the outcome.
That's interesting.
But then he deferred to the prognosticators, which I think is over to
That's
you.
Look, I can just say what our model's saying.
Yeah. That was 2020. You remember that, huh? Yeah, that was 2020. And then they changed everything. We'll let them continue.
Where those counties are, they are heavily Democratic counties. And it's the Atlanta numbers. So it is going to shrink, perhaps, if I were an arbiter of an election result, I wouldn't want to be the one saying, yes, and when we count the vote, it'll change the result.
There's only 2% left of the vote to come in. Yeah. Oh, Volstrom, yes, he got cut off. He absolutely got cut off. They were like, oh, that's unfortunate. We lost him. What happened? Well, you're about to see what happened.
I think his job is to be the umpire.
Well, let's ask Mr. Secretary. Can you hear me now? You just were saying something.
I'm getting like phone bombed or something.
Oh, okay. Well,
I'm getting phone bombed or something. Uh-huh.
fair. You're a busy guy. You're probably all your friends wanting to know the same thing we want to know, which is when is Georgia going to report its results? But you said something interesting, sir. You said 2% left to count. You didn't think, however, that it would be changing the outcome.
Right.
Is that based on your analysis of where those votes are outstanding, or are you just guessing it because of the fact that it's only 2%?
We don't guess. What we do is report. We just see where the candidates are right now in both presidential, congressional, senatorial. And you look at how many votes are out there. Even if one of the candidates got 100%, it probably wouldn't be enough to move it one way or the other.
Heard that, right? Oh, yeah.
But it is what it is. We'll just wait till everything's done. The county's working diligently to get that done today.
Did it happen that day? Oh, yeah, it did. Yeah, that right there was what happened in 2020. Even if they had 100%, it wouldn't swing one way or the other. That right there was early on in the evening, and then 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning happened. Weird, huh? Weird how they don't show you this kind of stuff elsewhere. This one's a good one.
And as a woman, there's a balance to be struck between being tough and being a bitch.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That was that was what they had to say. Here, if you want to see what I mean by the news stations and how they report, there you go. Vance wants to raise the child tax credit to $5,000. Here's why that could be difficult. Vice President Kamala Harris is rolling out a new policy position saying she'll fight to end taxes on tips and service and hospitality. Wait, former President Donald Trump vowed to stop taxing tips would cost the federal government up to $250 billion over 10 years. What? What? So CBS News reported basically the same people want to do different people want to do the same thing, but yet hers is great, but his is horrible. And whenever Vance says he wants to raise a tax credit, why that could be difficult, but Harris proposes even more for new parents and other middle-class tax breaks. the same thing, except what? It's confusing to me. Why the same policies are being promoted, but yet it's trying to say that it's the same thing. But we do have the pregame. So if you're wondering what you're going to be seeing today and throughout the rest of the week, if you want a preview of what you're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the week out on the streets of Chicago, here you go.
Y'all can do better than that. Mike DeMoney!
150,000 people are dead. You are funding a genocide. The Harris-Biden administration keeps funding money to Israel. Free Palestine! Free Palestine!
Yeah, that's what you should be expecting to be happening in Chicago. You think that's part of it? This is what they're promoting right now in Chicago. That's what they're showing. That's what's happening in Chicago as we speak. Overnight, this is what's happening. This is what's going on in Chicago right now. So they're saying they're gonna cause problems in Chicago. That's what's happening in Chicago. Calling her Killer Kamala. That one was happening at Navy Pier. Do you think that's changing? You know, and we were talking about the economy. Oh, hell, I've got a good one for you. You people that have been investing over the past few years, thinking that your investments are safe. Here. On Wednesday, the Bureau of Labor and Statistics will downward revise jobs for the April 2023 March 2024 period by up to 1 million. This means that all beats recorded in the past year will have been misses, and the U.S. job market is far worse shape than the admin would admit. California reels all job gains in 2023 were fake. By Tyler Durden. I love this. This one's hilarious. In the past year, we discussed on multiple occasions, the U.S. labor market has been repeatedly doctored to artificially appear better than it really is. See here, and this shows you the reasons why. Here comes the job shock. Philadelphia Fed admits U.S. jobs overstated by at least 1.1 million. Although, thanks to a quirk of BLS data revision reporting, we won't have definitive proof of just how ugly the real job market has been in recent years until sometime into 2025, well into Trump's second administration. However, while BLS will be able to maintain the facade of strong job gains lies into early 2025, the dismal reality has already made the appearance in America's largest labor market, according to the latest report published by Nonpartisan California Legislative Analysis, which is an agency of the California government, is overseen by the Joint Legislative Budget Committee, and the California State Legislature publishes extensive analysis. Contrary to prior reports over a substantial job gains in the deep blue state, in 2023 is far uglier. Oh, and there's more. Newest jobs revision shows job losses in the last year, not large gains as reported. So this is what they're reporting, and this right here is where we're at. Big difference. What is the real job story? Survey of employers is way up. Survey of households, number of people with jobs is way down. And that just goes all the way into May. There you go. Here, you want to see an idea? Since Camel Toe took office, 51% increase in gasoline, 32% electricity, airfare is up 23%, groceries are up 22%. America under Camel Toe, prices up 20.2%. Real averages, weekly wages down 3.9%. Rent has gone up 22%. Eggs have gone up 47%. Car insurance 54%, and K through 12 food 66%. Yeah, start showing the real numbers. AP doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to do that. This is their outlook. This is their outlook.
Some of us who have less hair and are old enough can remember when you could go to Thanksgiving
and buy food for less than, $200 or $300 to feed an entire family in 3 generations.
Watch a Steelers game with your relatives and not complain about politics.
It's not that they're complaining about politics, they're complaining of the cost of living. It just so happens we have a political class that has run it into the ground.
All time. Not be on each other's neck. Because you shared a commitment to democracy. A commitment.
Democracy is mob rule.
To personal freedom. A commitment.
19 cents a pound turkey. It's gone up. I mean, hell, even purchasing chicken is almost as expensive as purchasing beef. And you're paying for the bones too.
Commitment to public education, a commitment to infrastructure. We don't call each other names. We don't.
No, you've been doing it the whole time. The left has been doing it the whole time.
Don't do it. And we don't use the least fortunate amongst us as punchlines for our joke.
Okay. But whenever you become a punchline.
Because they're our neighbors. They're our neighbors. And so you're getting an opportunity.
But you've been hating your neighbors. There's a reason why I left Next Door Neighbor, was because of people getting all upset about signs in other people's yards and the lack thereof. Or you're not supporting the pandemic. All the hatred and the vitriol that I received because I wouldn't wear a fucking mask in a grocery store. Yeah. I got called some of the most vile names. Most of the time I just looked at them. I'm sorry, I can't understand a word you're saying with that mouth diaper on. We used to cross over to USA to grocery shop. He is griping about the condition he and his ilk have created. Exactly, Jack Buck. That is correct. Exactly what has been created.
Opportunity to see the best side of America. And for the young people here,
there's not that many young people there. It's all a bunch of blue hairs in the audience.
They maybe haven't seen a campaign like this because of COVID, because of things.
What? Illegals? Lying? Cheating? Stealing? Oh, no, it's been happening forever.
It's happening. This is a chance to bring out that joy, turn the page.
See? There it is again, all about the joy. Joy Division. Wasn't that a group that was created in the same point in time? It's all about the joy, isn't it? You got an honorary N-bomb from the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, that is not uncommon. Did you ever notice though? So this is not mine to tell. This is somebody else, and I just want you to put this into context. Well, actually, no. I'll let this guy speak for it. This is about a 9.5 minute video that I want you guys to see and sort of take to heart. Craziest story that never happened.
Have you ever seen a map of that one thing that happened in Las Vegas that we're not allowed to talk about? Yeah, there's like a whole map on the internet. You got to check this out. So open up a search engine, whichever one you want, and type in these 4 words. That's the keyword right there. Map. It'll be like the 4th hit or something. You're looking for this one right here. Click on that. Takes you to this thing, which is a whole rabbit hole. So I don't know who made this thing, but whoever you are, you're a legend. It's incredible. Let me show you what this is. Oh, and by the way, I'm gonna try my hardest to show you this stuff without getting this video taken down and my account's fucked up, because you're really super not allowed to talk about this for reasons. So this is our map right here, and over here I've got Google Earth up so that you can see more easily. So this hotel right here, that's the Mandalay Bay Hotel. It's that one right there. And they're hosting this country music concert right there in October of 2017. And then some super effed up shit happens, and this is where the map comes in. This is all archived evidence, videos, 911 calls, autopsy reports. This video right here, for example, so when you click on it, it gives you the video, it gives you descriptions and timestamps. You can watch the video, click. So if you don't know what's about to happen in this video, don't worry, you're not gonna see anything graphic. I'm intentionally just gonna show you the ones where you hear what's happening. I need to remind you, you're just at a country music concert in downtown Las Vegas, and then all of a sudden, you hear that? That is exactly what you think it is. So the official story is that just this one dude just went and kitted out his hotel room with like an entire militia's worth of guns and ammunition, and then just lost his mind out the window. And just to be clear, that's exactly what happened. So everything else I'm about to show you is just like coincidences and misinformation and weird 911 reports and people just losing their minds in general. And it's mostly all fake, because he's the only guy that night that did any shooting at all. Because he actually took his own life at the end of it. The cops didn't even get to his room until like an hour after he was out of there. Like, not like he never left his room. He just like, he left. Of his own accord, theoretically, on his own. He was all alone. There's no one else in the room. But anyways, that's why when you look at the map, there's all these like reportings around the hotel, and there's all this horrible shit that happened right here in the festival. That's also why there's this 911 call happening over here to the side that I listen to, that you can listen to too. You just click on the little link, it's all linked up, where he clearly describes that he had direct visual on 2 dudes carrying the things that, you know, in that hotel running in a direction, and he made a 911 call about it. That's also why up here at the Excalibur, there's like 3 different 911 calls about this of the Excalibur. If you're not familiar with Las Vegas geography, that's where our dude is, the guy doing the bad stuff. We're like down here now in that building. But wait, there's more. There's also like 10 different 911 calls from the Tropicana saying there's stuff going on inside of that building. That's all these right here. There's video, there's phone calls, those are all 911 calls. Then there's all these eyewitness videos of them like completely shutting down this intersection for what sure seemed like them suspecting there was some bad dudes around that area. Despite, remember, there's just one bad guy, and he's just way up there in his little hotel room window, and he never left until he totally checked out of reality. while he still had like more than half of his stash of ammo just chilling with him, and the cops were not even at his door for another hour, mind you. He just was like, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, like the long bed. Totally logical behavior for someone of this persuasion. Then there's this absolute clusterfuck of 911 calls from the Bellagio, people reporting things like that. Again, to clarify, one bad guy there, that's it. But the Bellagio is like way down here. Where's the Bellagio? It's like one of these guys, I think. Oh shit, no, it's even further down. It's right here, way down here. Like, we're talking like this dude has somehow like made all of these dudes panic and think that there's something going on inside this building. Then you move up to the Mirage. There's more. Caesar's Palace, Mirage, right there. 911 call. You can listen to it yourself. It's recorded. The Venetian, same thing. Listen to the 911 call. That's not to mention that something seriously fishy happened at this helicopter tour spot right here, which you can see right here, where there's these 911 calls that came in from there, where dude's girlfriend calls and is like, yo, something super bad is happening here. And they're all locked down and they're hiding. And one woman was injured. It's really not clear what happened to Sundance helicopters, but what is clear is there was some super weird helicopter stuff happening that night. You can see them in the videos, like helicopters that aren't police, that aren't supposed to be there, that don't officially exist. But then people started digging through the flight logs.
Transponders 15 minutes before the shooting begins, and they do not go back on until after the shooting at the festival ceases.
15 minutes before everything starts. And there's this whole rabbit hole to be done with a special kind of helicopter. I'm told that it uses its exhaust to be its rear like stabilizers instead of having a rear propeller. Makes it super quiet. Anyways, sidetracked. Anyways, there's way too much here to fit into a short form video. It's already super long. I'll do a longer video about it at some point, but you should really go check out this map for yourself and just like think about it, think for yourself. There's a great documentary on Rumble called Route 91. I think her name is
Yeah. Crazy, huh? You know, we're not allowed to talk about that. Weird, isn't it? That something like that just all of a sudden comes up. But that's for later this week. That's for later this week. Yeah, that's a rabbit hole. If you go down it, you got to put on your tinfoil hat. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be once we start going down that rabbit hole, then we have to start talking about what happened in Tennessee. You notice that one got hushed up real quiet. That one got really, really silenced. Just sort of disappeared. Why is it that things like this are just being quieted so much? Why are they being quieted? Why are those things being... Oh no, it's not that it's just a conspiracy. There's a reason why they made bump stocks illegal. It was because of that guy. They said what you heard that they say was caused by a bump stock. That's what they're claiming created all of that was from a bump stock. In Ukraine, Zelensky said Sunday the daring incursion into Russia's region aims to create a buffer zone to prevent further attacks by Moscow across the border. That's how they're reporting this. We had to attack to be defensive. This is what your 120 billion that's been sent to Ukraine has done. That $120 billion that was sent to Ukraine over the past 3.5 years, it's because so they could do this. This right here is where your $120 billion went to. They keep not wanting to talk about the nuclear power plant that's there also. A fire at the facility last weekend, considerable damage, but posed no immediate danger. Belarus says it's deploying more troops to the border. Nearly a third of its army along the border with Ukraine, according to the Russians. But yet we're told to believe that all that they're saying is true. And you know, if you think that the DNC is going to tell you the truth about what's going on, just know that they're not. I mean, even this moron gets it. And whenever I say moron, you'll understand how much of a moron this is, but even he gets it.
Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. He's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called.
Yeah. Even Michael Moore gets it. Yeah. Even he gets it. Even he gets it. Even he gets it. All right. It's getting that time. Are you guys ready for an 18-minute video that has nothing to do with anything political? But this is going to be the wildest thing that you're going to see today. Be sure this clip has the very end of what he said. His full statement is actually anti-Trump. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. But here's something that's not political. Is going to be if you've never heard anything about this, well, actually, I'm going to do one before that. I'm going to do one before that. That's going to be very political, and the credit will go to a little group, and I'm going to put in here. I am going to put it in here for you guys in the let me do this real quick. I've got to do this because I've got to give credit to where credit is due. This is going to be for all you fine people. Let me put this in there. Thanks to Let's see if I can put this in correctly. There we go. I'm putting it in there. So I want everybody to be able to see this. And I want to save it, and then we're going to play the video, because this video, which is very political, should put a smile on your face. If you guys haven't heard of Freedom Tunes, this one is their newest one.
Meet your new Democratic nominee, Kamala Harris.
Why would you nominate her? Wasn't she the border czar over all of this?
She was never the border czar.
The border czar. Don't you have all these articles saying she was in this document from Congress.gov?
You are forgetting that she was the border czar.
Oh, fine. Okay. Well, what about this bail fund for rioters in 2020 that she promoted?
She never donated to a BLM bail fund.
Ow. I literally have her tweet promoting the exact bail fund right here.
No, you do not.
She said we have to defund the police.
No, she didn't.
What? It was like her whole platform.
No, it wasn't.
You're denying things we all saw. There are records.
No, there aren't.
She was ranked the single most liberal senator in the country.
No, she was not.
You can't gaslight voters into...
Kamala Harris is conservative.
What?
She was ranked the most conservative senator.
How can you erase her entire history?
I can imagine what will be unburdened by what was.
Kamala 2.0 is a new creation. Kamala 2.0 is appealing. With Kamala 2.0, we will reach the broadest and most important mass of the electorate.
I'm a brat. It's brat summer in the coconut tree.
Permanently online homosexuals.
Good luck.
Thank you for Freedom Tunes for that. This is so true. It hurts. I know. I knew you guys would like that. Okay. Now it's time for the 18-minute video that I've been promising since the beginning of this. This is going to be this is something that one of my favorite creators out there covered last year into this year. He did a very long series on this, and it took every bit of consciousness to be able to stand through all of this. And for those of you who don't know, those of you that don't know who this is about a person that you'd have to watch, I don't know, at least 3 days worth of material, because it took him months to put this together. It took months and months for him to actually put this together. And a lot of these things you won't get until you watch the documentary that was put together. Meme Copium covered this extensively, and this is about this person, Chris Chan. Like I said, not political, but this is about Chris Chan. This is his arrest.
Is there anybody else in the room?
Wait, Chris Chan.
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you
No.
can't tangibly see them.
Nothing.
Spirit, don't.
Forward. Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this.
I think it's real. Oh my God, what is this?
I am Chris
last chance on you. Your goddess blue hearts. Okay. It's happening now. We're on the very last thread.
What? They're everywhere. I don't believe that. We're surrounded.
What began as a routine arrest on August 1st, 2021 in Henrico, Virginia, quickly spiraled into a surprising spectacle in the parking lot of a Regency Inn hotel. The focus of the unexpected attention was internet personality known as Chris Chan. This never before.
If you don't know who Chris Chan is, then you don't know who Sonichu is. Oh no, not again. Yeah. Who is Chris Chan? You would have to refer to Meme Copium on this and watch his coverage of this. And it would take at least a week for me to explain what Chris Chan is. You don't know who Chris Chan is? I am telling you, Meme Copium does an awesome job at explaining Chris Chan.
Foreseen footage was obtained and first released by Iwu and reveals a behind-the-scenes look at the day that took thousands of online observers by storm.
No, but look, hurry, get out.
What the heck is going on right now? It's the most wild call for service I've ever been on.
As officers with the Henrico County Police Department cautiously approach the second-floor hotel room, they prepare themselves in case a possible altercation waits for them behind the door.
She's right here. Oh, gotta unlock it. Hello.
Yes.
Hi, what's your name?
Hi, I'm Christine Chandler.
Okay, can you come out for a second?
What's the situation?
What's that? You got a warrant for your arrest, all right? Yep. Yep.
Okay.
You're not gonna start. You're not gonna do that. Do not fight. You will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply, but I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back with my things.
We'll get that all straight. Yeah, we'll get it all straight.
And what about my van? And I'd like to put my shoes on, please.
Yeah, sure, of course. We'll get there.
No, this person is not related to Lynette. You would be scared if this person was related to Lynette. And whenever I say you'd be scared for this person being related to Lynette, is the reason that this person is under arrest has to do with his mother. Oh, and speaking of Transformers, yeah. So this particular person is under arrest for what's the best description I can give without getting myself in all kinds of trouble. Let's put it this way. Chris Chan became man of the house, changed his sex to female by saying that he's a female. He's a she and is always fed this way. Ophelia, yes, Ophelia. I guess that's the, or is it Oedipus? Oedipus. It wasn't Oedipus. Yeah, this guy had relationships with his mother. And she's got dementia. That's why he's being under arrest. This is why he's being placed under arrest. Is for sharing the same bed. Yes. This is that person.
Okay, I can slip into my shoes. Magic Chan, Chris L. Savannah.
While these words may seem insignificant to the officers, they carry a profound significance for Chris, which will be explained later.
You're just being detained right now until I can confirm the warrants, okay?
Okay,
just hang tight.
The officers have received reports of some very disturbing allegations against Chris, but nothing prepares them for the events that are about to unfold.
Sit down right here.
Okay, I will sit down.
Okay. Where are your shoes? Right here?
Right over there.
Is there anyone else in the room with you?
Uh,
Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you
No.
can't tangibly see
A
them.
physical person. Is there a physical person in the room with you?
Originating from this universe, no. I need to stand with my shoes on. I don't have any time doing it this way. I am complying. And that's my son. That's my set of keys over there.
Your keys to your car?
Keys to the van, and yeah, my wallet's in my bag over there, the brown bag.
This bag?
Yes.
Can I look in it?
And you grab something. Oh, that's one of my rings.
I know. Can I look through? Can I get your bag out of your?
I have nothing to hide. Go ahead and look through everything that's in the room.
Go ahead and look at everything that's in the room.
Go ahead. You have my permission.
Okay.
Just slip them on. They're going to give you flip-flops when you get down to the jail.
Okay, well, I identify as female, and I would appreciate if I was respected as such. It even says so on my driver's license, female.
Okay, that's fine.
Just making sure.
As one officer searches through Chris's belongings, he quickly makes an interesting discovery.
Where's your wallet at?
Oh,
don't come over here.
It's the duct tape wallet.
Okay.
On the outside?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, just grab a seat.
Okay.
No, grab a seat right there for me.
Oh, my bad.
You want all this to go with you? Like your wallet? Or you just want your ID to go with you and your cell phone?
Yeah, my wallet and my cell phone is over there in front of the tarot deck box.
Yeah, I got a cell phone right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
Yeah, I have two phones, one for the trolls and one for my home. I got two phones, one for the boys and one for my friends. You think I need two phones? There's a song.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, listen to this. He's a guy.
Nah, that's a popular one. He's a fine gentleman.
It is popular.
Suddenly, a keen-eyed officer spots something happening outside, which sets him on edge.
Are you waiting for somebody to come to your room or something?
Wow. No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Ruckersville.
Okay. All right. You're not waiting for like anybody else though? Any friends or anything?
I have nobody else.
The only reason I'm asking you is because there's a car up there and there's two gentlemen staring at us. Yeah. I didn't know if you were waiting for someone to come over or whatever.
Yeah, see? Yeah, I stand up. I just want to look out.
It's a sure.
Are you waiting for anybody besides the police department?
I was not waiting for anybody. I was not waiting.
They're standing up there by the gas station. You know those people?
That's curious.
I'm just asking. I don't want anyone rolling up on me.
While Chris doesn't recognize the strangers gathering to watch them from a distance, there may be a reason for their unnerving presence.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
I'm recording you as well.
Well, that's. I figured that much.
Not readily accepting Chris's explanation, the officers try to work out their own alternate explanation for the curious spectators.
Yeah, they still are.
There is nothing illegal in the room and nothing illegal in the bag. Please feel free. I have nothing
It's
to
got a
hide.
very military style haircut. I wonder if it's Greene County.
Baby blue Yaris?
Maybe it's a rental.
Hey, it's good.
Watchers.
Green County.
No, it's
I know
Ethan
there's a
Ralph,
lot of
if I'm not
agencies that use
mistaken.
rentals for surveillance. I mean, like staring.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked her, because it's concerned. He's there all the time. It's still like, right as we walk up. I didn't see him there before.
Why the
They
duct
shrug
tape?
it off for now, but it will soon become apparent that these observers have surprising intentions that none of the officers could have predicted.
So you talked to the Greene County Sheriff's Office today?
Yes.
Did they call you or did you reach out to them?
I reached out to them. I wanted to make sure my dog and cats back at home were safe and taken care of.
I guess, so the warrant itself is not a surprise. You know there was an investigation, all that.
Yes,
Okay,
there was
got
an
it.
investigation. Yes, I am aware of the situation.
Okay. Did they say that they were coming to Richmond?
Yes, they said they were coming to Richmond. And my vehicle, in case it wasn't obvious, is the blue Dodge Caravan out there.
Yeah.
Its license plate says Sanchu on it.
Magichan Sonichu, a blend of the characters Pikachu and Sonic the Hedgehog, is a character from Chris's hand-drawn graphic novel series. Sonichu may be more than just a drawing, however, as you'll soon hear from Chris how this character blurs the line between fiction and reality.
So just so you're aware, right now we're just confirming the warrant through Greene County. Okay, that's why I said you're detained. Once they say that
Okay, copy, look out.
once they say the paper's in hand, the actual arrest warrant, then you're gonna be under arrest. Okay. Okay. Well, you didn't at first. but I'm glad you did.
It caught me off guard a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of the point a little bit.
Meanwhile, the evolving situation outside still has the officers on high alert.
Yeah.
Or
No, because I can't tell if they're just recording.
being with his mother in
I
a
can't read the tag.
in a religious way.
I'll just stare back at them.
I need a moment.
Okay.
Pardon my flatulence.
Oh. Oh.
So you want to take your necklaces off and stuff like that, or?
You're
gonna take them off when you. Yeah, you gotta take them off when you get to the jail.
Okay, but the
Since the only thing they will allow are like crosses for like religion.
okay, well, if I may speak, the sign-you shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross. So
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
it protects me greatly. So that I am willing to take off the other two, but I really need the medallion.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that when you get down to the jail, if you go to jail, once the warrants are confirmed, that you may not be able to keep it. Okay.
Yeah, he was turned in by
All right, but that
content
is
creators.
my cross. Okay. Let that go on the record. The sign-you medallion.
Yeah, Officer Christian will tell him.
Back outside, the situation appears to be escalating, and officers are caught in a dilemma about how to handle it.
I kind of want to have you go up there and see what they're doing. Like, it's not as a fourth person. I mean, I want to go address them, but at the same time, they can kind of do that, but they're not obstructing at this point. I'm listening to you.
Oh, well, now I know what to say.
Okay.
Feel about our day. My heart's telling me too, because I want to. At the end of the day,
I know. Sassy Nick wants to, but Sassy Nick wants to, but Officer Nick does not.
right?
Because my person would be like, "Can I help you?"
Yeah, that's what I would say, and then it would turn into.
Yeah.
Chris takes this moment to deliver a puzzling warning to the officers.
By the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Magic Chan Sanchu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
Okay.
Did you feel like he punched you first?
Yeah, so I didn't, but you know.
Much more, hubby.
Yeah. Hey, you good?
With the arrest warrant finally confirmed, the officers are ready to move Chris to the waiting police cruiser. What should have been a simple task quickly takes a shocking turn,
You're welcome
and things
to it.
escalate in a way they clearly didn't expect.
All right, let's head on out.
You
ready?
All right.
You good? We're gonna go.
Okay.
Let's hold on out.
All right.
All right.
May I have my earpiece tucked behind my ear, just please?
Oh,
yeah, I do.
Very well.
All right, head on that this way.
I'm gonna stay recording while we get to the vehicles in case these people address us.
Okay. You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this. See?
Don't.
Followers.
I think it's real.
Oh my God, what is this?
What's up, man?
What is happening right now?
This is going to be trending on the internet.
Yeah.
They're going to post this online.
Though this prediction comes close, the footage will go even more viral than Chris imagines.
Appreciate it.
The side of the universe failed.
Like internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sonichu, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh, look at that.
Also might have been
Good, I just saw you.
just don't go down the rabbit hole of Orange Fanta and Chris Chan. Do not look that up. If you see anything that references Orange Fanta and Chris Chan, do not go down that rabbit hole. I warn you now. Do not go down that rabbit hole. No, his voice has always been that immature and that feminine. He's yeah, don't just, like I said, if you see anything about Chris Chan, Orange Fanta, do not. I repeat, do not look into it. I'm warning you. No, it's worse than two girls. I'm serious. I am warning you. Do not go down the rabbit hole of it. Orange Fanta and Chris Chan, you don't want to know. You really don't want to know. You'll never look at Fanta the same way. Let's put it that way.
Where'd you see him at? Regency.
I'm going.
the mall?
I'm complying. I am complying. I am good like this. And I am Chris Sanchu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickville and my Sanchus and Rose Shoes and everybody. Your lodge is about 3,000 people right now. How do you breathe?
Let's not talk to them, okay?
Yeah, I keep in good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Let's not talk to them.
I feel, it's been stressful, but
Ethan Ralph.
I've taken it one moment at a time, and I got my loves.
While Chris maintains a positive attitude in the face of uncertainty, the officers can't help but be increasingly amused by the attention and the seemingly growing crowd.
What? They're everywhere. I don't mean that. We're surrounded.
I'm searching you, not frisking you.
I'm searching you, not frisking you.
What? This is going on right now. This is freaking weird.
This is the most wild call for service I've ever been on.
You have anything else on you?
I have nothing else on me.
They're going to scan you into jail, and if there's anything on you, you will back.
I understand.
A little nugget of weed, it's telling you.
I have no weed. I have no drugs I'm consuming on me. Like I said, frisk me. There you go. That felt good.
Let's have a seat.
Okay. It's happening now. We're on the very last thread. It's happening right now.
Why are you yelling?
We're living it. The merge, baby. If Batman is your hero, you're gonna meet him very soon.
No,
I
it's
bet you
not
never work
sarcasm.
overtime for us again.
Yeah, don't look it up.
Certainly will. Let's just hilarious.
With Chris now secured in custody and the tension from the crowd finally easing, two of the officers are more than ready to put the bizarre encounter behind them.
All right, y'all have a good day.
Thank you, officers. I'm going
All right, can we go eat now?
Yeah, 100%.
But the unusual day isn't over for the officer tasked
yeah.
with driving Chris to the police station. And as
Yeah.
you'll witness, Chris has so much more left to share.
Yeah.
Celebrity scandals, all of that. And people just taking it, blowing it out of the water.
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, and up to and over a
Any
month
more
from
videos
now,
of him?
the next celebrity
Yeah.
scandal is going to happen.
Okay.
And they'll be all over that.
All right.
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years and my chronicling and creations and discoveries of the Sonichu and Rosechu Pokemon species.
I'm not aware of that.
No, he's in the
well,
back seat.
Give you a little bit of homework for research on your own time, then that's okay.
He's in the back seat.
Yeah.
But essentially, I am a decent and good individual. I believe in everything that is right and positive, and I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the dimension merge, where the universe half that was divided in 1380s by order of King Arthur. He ordered Merlin and two other magicians to remove and banish all dragons, unicorns, and other quote-unquote mythical creatures and overpowered individuals. And thus we were separated, transported into from what was originally called Universe 1C211987.
The warrant was because of the relationship that he had with his mother. That's the best way to put it. That's why he's being arrested. That right there. There's a warrant for their arrest in their home state. So that's why he's being arrested. I've heard religions that sound like that. Yeah.
Chris dives into an astonishing account of multiple universes where fictional characters coexist, many of whom may sound quite familiar.
You have everybody there. You have Superman, you have Mickey Mouse, you have Iron Man, you have Darkwing Duck, you have Oh boy, the infinite possibilities. You even have Ratchet and Clank. You have the Super Mario Brothers. And you have Sonic. You have Link. You have everybody. Everybody.
Yeah.
You name it, they're there. And of course, especially
Mother
Sonic
Shucker.
Shoes
Yeah.
and Rose Shoes and all of the other Pokemon known and yet to be known in all of existence.
So you're saying Pokemon's are going to come back to this, where we're at right now?
Yes, and among others, like I said, if Batman or actually, let me ask you, who is your favorite superhero?
I'd probably go with Spider-Man.
He's gonna come around. You're gonna meet him.
All right, I can't wait.
I mean, if you're ever in New York,
Yes,
he's
his
gonna
mother
be
has
swinging around
Alzheimer's.
there.
Why New York? Why only New York? Why can't he go wherever he wants?
Well, I mean, yeah, he can't go because he's a Spider-Man. He does whatever a spider can. But also, I am particularly fond of and have great appreciation for the mentally capable and the psychic powered type of individuals. I have great respect
No,
for them,
he is.
especially the good ones.
As the ride nears its end, Chris drops one
No, he
final
seriously
bombshell
is.
that will surely leave the officer with a lasting impression.
Yeah, so I am married interdimensionally with my husband, Magic Chan Sonichu, and I am also married to Hannah. Now my brain went blank on the word there, but anyway, I am also polygamously married to Giselle Rochu and Sylvana Rochu and the one and only Mewtwo, the one that was cloned by Giovanni's team in Team Rocket as featured in the first Pokemon movie.
Chris Chan, whose legal name is Christine Chandler, was taken to the Central Virginia Regional Jail and held without bond after being charged with incest. The victim was alleged to be Chris's mother. On August 8, 2023, 2 years after the arrest, the charges were ultimately dismissed.
Yeah. Yes. I had to show that because that right there is the arrest video of the famous, infamous, whatever I want to call it, Chris Chan. Yeah, gross. Oh, holy crap. Someone is living in Cloud Cuckoo Land. Chris Chan lives in Cloud Cuckoo Land. Chris Chan has been trolled so many times that it's amazing. I remember because he likes to have fun. Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. And yes, it's all crazy. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, what do we have here? Tonight, as we will find out, we've got stuff going on tonight. Later this evening, we are going to have a wonderful show over here. I'm going to post it up here into the chat here. And where is it? Trailer. Didn't add that in there. Oh, let me add this into this thing. There's going to be, let's see, what do we have happening here? Looks like we've got, got Broken Baker coming up 10 o'clock today. Let me see if I got anybody that's more recent happening. Looks like got this happening. No, that's not it. Oh, let's see. That's the 29th. That's 19th. Let me see if I've got one here that I can send you guys to. Doesn't look like we've got anything happening until like 10 o'clock. And there's 2 o'clock in the morning. How about this one? Yeah, there we go. I'll be sending you guys over to go see the Megan Fox. Judge Grudge strikes again. Gosney versus Griffin with legal vices. I guess that's what is coming on. It is going to be more than likely, it looks like they're talking about what's going on in Otter Creek with Megan Fox. Yeah, I'll be sending you guys over to Megan Fox. But tonight, let me get this up here so I can post it and link it to the top of the screen here. Manage, and I will do this for tonight. I'm going to put this in here. And this is what's going to be happening tonight. East. All right. So tonight, we're going to have the men's stream, or derailed, or somebody suggested calling it the dude's stream. I don't know whatever the hell you want to call it. That's what's happening tonight, right there. And it's pinned up there. Make sure you guys are subbed to it. It's going to have Volstrom, MG, Valhalla Waits, myself, Expert, MG, Volstrom. I think I got everybody in there. And that is what we're going to be covering tonight at, I think, 9:30 is what time it starts. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I set it up for 9:30. Bunch of crazy guys. Yeah, bunch of crazy guys. Whatever you guys call it, that's what's going to be happening. The 18-minute video was on someone in Biden's cabinet. That's about right. And as far as the rest of the week goes, well, we'll be covering the DNC. So possibly tomorrow morning, be doing a little bit of coverage on that for the first night, if there's anything good there. And yes, tonight we will be going wild tonight. It is going to be a blast. Guys gone wild. Oh, I hope not. So that is the plan. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Make sure that you say hey to Megan Fox whenever you get in there. Give her a nice big thumbs up, or just show some love to her. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button there. Make sure that you hit the thumbs up, all that neat YouTube stuff that they like to have. In the meantime, I've got about 3 days worth of work I've got to catch up on in one day. So everybody, have a good day. We will see you tonight. And, until then, be good. Peace.
Now I gotta call somebody to come get me because my car turned into a spaceship and I don't know how to fly it. I'm not an astronaut.